Hi, everyone. Catherine Corona here. There was a little bird out my window. Welcome. What is this? Oh, I forgot to look at the days. Day 28, I think. But yeah, we're coming down to the end of the 33 days. And what happened for me today, which is what happened when I told you the story of healing this ureter, which is this valve or tube that goes from the kidney to the bladder that was crushed with cancer. But and it happened on the 33rd day. But what I experienced this morning was, as I was waking up, and I always do meditation in the morning, is the spirit coming to meet me, this field of healing energy coming to meet me. I'm not reaching out to it, it's reaching out to me. And that process has started now here on the 27th or 8th day. I hope it has for you. I don't know that I can figure that out. I hope that I kindle, and all of you kindle this opening inside where this field of grace can be present with you, reaching out to you all the time. And it's so beautiful. It's almost makes me want to weep. It is so glorious and exquisite and beautiful. And I hope maybe that experience, be open to it and recognize that if it comes, it's very subtle. And then along on that beautiful note, the other thing that is present with me today for reflections is just looking at attitude. We've talked about it in different kinds of terms before, but also your attitude can be so subtle because you can be complaining in your head, which is a bad attitude. And sometimes it's not even a thought you can hang on to. It's just a sense. And it's a sense of complaint, sense of disapproval, sense of unhappiness, sense of, I wish things were different, or if they could only be different. That's the attitude that causes illness, right? You know that. We know that. What we need to be aware of is how subtle that can be. And then shift it to the attitudes of and it's not like I'm grateful for the sky, I'm grateful for the birds. That's a very global sense of gratitude, and that's great. But when you dig down, look at, this is a tool for you, healing process. Look at what you're complaining about, or what you're not, or disapproving, or irritated, or annoyed, or just, gosh, I wish it wasn't that way. And then go to each of those things and turn the dial. So if I find myself going, I personally am in, so I'll use my own example because that's the easiest thing to do, in a lot of change, a lot of life change, which happens for people. It's kind of normal at a certain stage of life where, if you had kids, the kids are gone, or maybe your work is changing and maybe you're not going to work so much, or you're downsizing, or things like that. You want to simplify. And a part of me resisting and holding on to an old way of life. And so going in there and going, just shifting that attachment to what's not present anymore, which is kind of a complaint. An attachment is kind of a complaint. And I know this gets really subtle. So I hope you're following me. And then turning that on its nose and getting the enthusiasm for what the change might be. So that's my personal thing. And you might find that with something at work that you don't like, and just shifting that. So we're going more subtle to, a lot of people go, well, grateful, I'm going to be grateful. Okay, that's great. But if you want the healing really deep into where in your very cells maybe you're not grateful, then go for each thing and look at it. That's your work. And a lot of people don't want to dig in that deeply, go that deep, because it's work. But I consider it, I recommend it. It doesn't take that long, but it does take attention and presence, and not keeping your head in the sand, and not rationalizing things or romanticizing things, but really looking at them bluntly and boldly and with practicality. Okay, enough talking, but I hope that kindles some ideas for you. This healing process, we're doing 33 days. Really, it's the rest of our lives, right? It's the rest of our lives. Because 50% of our work, as my teacher and Ron and Mary Hulnick of USM said, is healing. I don't know why. I thought about that. Why? But it just seems to be that part of this existence on this planet, part of what we're here for, is healing. When we heal ourselves, we heal everything. And that means just coming into your greatest potential, greatest wellness. And really your soul, living from the soul. Oh, that's a lot of talking, but let's go inward. So, just let all that go. One part of you or another got it. Maybe you'll do something with it. Maybe you won't. Whatever you choose is great. And we'll just follow your breath as you breathe in really deeply. Let it come all the way up and right in and out the top of your head. This is the channel for spirit, and let it out. And another breath in. Hold it for a moment and let it out. And another breath in, and just feel all parts of your consciousness coming present. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's come into this place of the heart, into stillness and into neutrality. In that place of stillness, in the depth of your heart, there's a place where your attitudes are clear, uplifted, and neutral. And from this place, we call it the observer. That part that is watching, observing, listening to, aware of life as it moves and flows here in your world and throughout the world. And in this place, there's great loving in this observation, in this observational state of being. And in this neutrality is where your wisdom comes. And each of our place of making choices and decisions that are clear and inspired, because they're not tethered to our own attitudes and opinions. And you know this place, and you invite it to be more present in your awareness, and you open and receive this state of being of neutrality, and there's great peace with it. And in this place, anything that is not of upliftment and neutrality is released now, taken into the heart of God and made beautiful again. Breathe that neutrality in, that peace, this whole process of healing and growing and uplifting, expanding. And you can become more greatly aware of that connection with what's transcendent, what is bigger than all of us, what breathes us, what creates us, and we just receive that power and strength of healing and grace into every part of our being. And with it comes this very special loving for yourself. This gratitude for each tiny thing, for your body, your cells, your breath, your heart, your legs and arms and hands and ears and eyes, for the way your whole body system works, its mechanics, its chemistry, its blood, its flow, its rhythm, its beauty, its magnificence, its strength. Down even to the very DNA. And you can feel it being regenerated, enlivened, opening even to the greater life force to invigorate yourself, your cells, to light up the parts of the mechanics of your body that makes it work to its full potential. In your lungs, in your heart, in your hearing, in your seeing, in your bones and muscles, ligaments and tendons, brain, thinking process, synapses, biochemistry. And now this field of energy and healing goes into your emotional level and thoughts. That each thought has an attitude of thanksgiving, of acceptance, and of wisdom with it all. That whatever's happening in your life or what you do each day in your routines, in your work, that you accept each thing that maybe you have not accepted, that maybe you've grumbled about, that maybe you were impatient with, that maybe you wanted to be different, and you accept it now with neutrality, that you shift the dial on your attitude and view these things as positive and instill them with loving and fun, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means in theo, with God. Everything there in every aspect is with God, which means with goodness and loving and peace and joy. You can just feel that shifting now. Even the things that you thought were the hardest, maybe it's something you deal with physically, or with a relationship. And now you can see it as a blessing, accept it as a blessing. And so we open to receive these blessings. And feel that field of blessings infuse you, come upon you from the inside out. You can hear its beautiful song, like a symphony or a choir, or one string on a violin. Beautiful. And we'll just stay for a few moments in this field of beauty and light. And maybe in this field of light, you can remember yourself when you were new here and everything was bright and it was all wondrous. And you had such enthusiasm for this new life, this new beginning here. All the dreams, all the promises of joy, of loving, of bliss. Let's have that again as your attitude. Everything new, everything full of wonder. All the enthusiasm for the moments of life, for all that you will see, all you will grow into, all you will learn, all the wonderful people you will meet, all the adventures you will have, all the moments of bliss. Breathe that in. And as you come back present in your body, come back with that excitement for new beginnings, enthusiasm for adventures, your dreams of the future rekindled, and the knowingness that life is magic and enchanted and for you and fun. And you can just stretch, feel your body as you go into your next things, whatever they may be, going into deeper meditation for more moments if you wish, going to sleep or going into your day. Thank you for joining me. That was so beautiful. See you next time. Berush Beishan, the blessings already are.